The CBS4 Nat Moore Trophy is sponsored by FPL.
Mike Cugno here, joined by Larry Blustein, and whenever Larry's in the house, we're talking two things: high school football and the Nat Moore Trophy, the first ever. Larry, thanks for stopping by. Let's talk about our four finalists: Henry Parrish, Derek Wingo, Issiah Walker, and Donald Chaney Jr. Let's start with Henry Parrish. This week, he had a monster week on the field. Over 200 yards. He eclipses the 2,000-yard mark. What did you like out of him, and what did this week's performance in the playoffs do for his chances?
Well, if it was the Heisman Trophy, he kind of like edged towards the winning it and you were there, you saw it. It was an amazing performance. It was one of these games where it was a good defense for Western, but it just, whenever they needed the yards, Mike, they just gave it to him, and he just knows. I mean, he just has the instincts. He's a tremendous football player, and he's so smooth. He runs extremely well, and he knew, and Coach Dave Dunn knew when Columbus needed the yards, you hand it to him. He gets the first down, and then he's got the speed to break it out.
Yeah, he takes the yards given to him. Some of those 3 and 5 yard runs were just as exciting as the 50-yarders. All right, Derek Wingo for St. Thomas Aquinas helped pitch a shutout this week against Atlantic. Did he do anything to improve his stock this week?
Another sack against a really good football team. This is a kid that just continues to get it done. Quick off the edge, very intelligent player. We had all these in-house interviews with the guys this week, and I think everybody saw what type of personality he has. I mean, he's college ready. If anybody is college ready, he is. I mean, he's ready to take on the media. He's ready to take on football. Like I said a million times, this is a kid that's going to go into Florida, and midway during the year, everybody's going to embrace him so much that it's going to be tough to get him off the field. Yeah,
he loves the camera too. He's a schmoozer there on TV. All right, now, unfortunately, Issiah Walker and Donald Chaney aren't in the playoffs, but certainly had great years. Let's talk about Issiah Walker first, the left tackle out of Norland. What did you like about him throughout the season, what you saw? Just that kind of stability at that position, such a key position in football.
Well, first of all, he's the type of guy that grew up, as a small guy who could do so many things. So when he got bigger, he was still agile. He's the type of guy that could run with everybody. If you watch him play, he's the first guy to pull out. He never walks anywhere. He's always running everywhere. He's just a motivating guy. And when you have an offensive lineman that does that, that's so important. And that's what he brings to the table at the next level. He's going to get on that playing field way before a lot of other people, and usually offensive linemen are the last to get on because there's so much to learn. When you go against defensive linemen in the SEC especially, they're all monsters. But he's a guy that could pick up things quickly. He could cut through a lot of things. He's very quick to learn. And that's one thing that you got to love about him. He's just a student of the game, and you've talked to him a few times, and you try to get around him.
I couldn't.
He's an exceptional kid too, and I mean, he wants to be into culinary, and he does so many good things. What a great teammate, and that's the first and foremost, I think.
Speaking of great teammates, that's something I learned about our next nominee, Donald Chaney. His teammates really love him. He's a big back. Unfortunately, Belen didn't make the playoffs, so we're not going to get to see his talents on display sort of in this spotlight fashion or primetime fashion. But what did we miss out on as football fans from not seeing him in the postseason?
Well, the one thing that comes to mind is his junior year when he played in the playoffs against a really good Miami Southridge team. They were stacked along the line. He carried 28 times for 90 yards, but that was the most impressive 98 yards you've ever seen. I mean, he's quick, he's strong, two-time defending high jump state champion, went over 7 feet, which is amazing. So that shows you what type of athleticism is. And you talk to any player or coach or any teacher at that school, they're all glowing about him. He's a great student. As you said, he's a tremendous teammate. He's always willing to, even when he was hurt, he was always willing to be there to show the other running backs what to do. I mean, that's invaluable. You get him at the University of Miami at the next level, and that's a team really needs leaders. I mean, we saw it on the field this past week. So once he gets on campus, people are going to embrace him as not only a student and an athlete, but somebody who leads by example. And that's important, especially where he's going.
Yeah, all right. As two members of the committee, we certainly have a tough job ahead of us, but so do you guys. You can vote for one of these players. You are part of the committee as well. Go to cbsmiami.com/natmore. Get your votes in. Voting ends November 30th. And of course, we'll debut the inaugural winner of the Nat Moore Trophy award on December 10th. That's a Tuesday night, live on CBS4 at 7 p.m. Larry, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that.